Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by my returning co-host right there, Mr. JV. JV, what you telling me? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. The confusion there. Yo, we're just daft in it. I don't know what it was, but yeah, man, good, bro. Good.
Yeah, man.
I'm enjoying these like off work, kind of don't know what day it is, what time it is, what meal I should eat right now vibes. I'm enjoying them vibes, bro. So yeah, man. And the constant like football just on, like, even though like it feels like we played yesterday, I'm enjoying it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Yeah, fam, literally there is football every single day. And that's what it is, that period between Christmas and New Year. You don't know what day drinking. You have no idea what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But I have to introduce also, not only have we got JV returning, actually, before I introduce the guest, please make sure you hit the like button on the video on your way in. So whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Please make sure you share it and make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notifications every time we go live. But all right, let me introduce the guest here anyway. A stellar guest. This is a stellar guest, a part of the award-winning, let me repeat that, award-winning Gold Diggers podcast. You'll see her on Sky TV. You'll see her on Sky Sports TV adverts as well. Welcoming Mina to the show. Mina, what's going on?
Why are you gassing me up, man? Why are you gassing me up like that?
Yes, sir.
Get me. She'll put a little as featured on Sky Sports in your name tag there, man. Just pop back up for a second. Fill that bit in there.
Oh man, you guys are killing me. You guys are actually killing me. If I wasn't black, I would be blushing right now.
It's facts though. We didn't lie at anything we said. Not only are you a stellar guest, one, number two, Gold Digger, you're part of Gold Diggers, an award-winning podcast, and also you'll see you on Sky Sports adverts. You get what I'm saying?
Man, thank you guys. Thank you, love. Thank you for having me on, man. I've been waiting for you to. I've been waiting for the call up, like Martial and the French squad. I've been waiting for the call up.
Stop doing that.
I've been waiting. You finally called me up. I'm here. I'm ready to perform.
Flawless Deschamps finally got his
finally did the call up. About time,
Flawless Deschamps got his phone book sorted, and we finally got you on.
Nah, you know what it was, yeah? I was waiting for that perfect opportunity to get you on. That's what it is, isn't it? Because there's so many shows, there's so much going on. I was like, I'm definitely gonna get Mina on at some point because you had me on the Gold Diggers. So I'm like that. Everyone who's had me on their platform, I've tried to get over here, and I think that is literally everyone. You gotta save the best till last. You know what I'm saying?
Stellar guest. It like that, I'll take it. If you put it like that, I'll take the late call up.
There is that stellar guest in it. That's what I didn't know if he was off shooting, you get me, accepting an award for Gold Diggers or shooting another Sky Sports advert. You get what I'm saying? I don't know your schedule. I know your schedule is more packed than mine. That's what it is. So I was
listen, I tell Aaron, I'm always available. Drop me a message. As long as I'm awake, because I'm normally usually sleeping. But if I'm awake, I'm available.
You know what? You have my word. You'll be a regular on here in 2021.
Cool. I'm ready for that.
We'll hold you to that.
We are going to hold you to that, but I had to make sure I got you through, the Christmas period, because I know it's a little bit of a quieter period. Like I said, you be mad busy, and I see you here, there, and everywhere. Let me repeat: award-winning Gold Diggers podcast. You get me? All-female podcast.
We don't like to brag. We don't like to brag, but award-winning podcast.
Award-winning. I'll brag for you, lot. Award-winning podcast.
Trophies. More trophies than Spurs.
Well, you beat me to it. Man beat me to it, That's where I was going, Man beat me to it. Don't piss me off. That's where I was going, man. That's where I was going.
More trophies than City in the 90s. You'll have that.
Yeah, let's go. Yes, more trophies than Cities in the night. Definitely. But yeah, that's why I had to get you on. Like I said, the Gold Diggers podcast, I will tag it in the title as well on YouTube, so you'll be able to click it in the title and be able to head over there. Queens over there winning. That's what it is. All female, all queens winning over there. Let's get to the comments anyway before we get to the show. RB says, big up Flawless and JV. Big up big up RB each and every time. Ryan says, big up the panel. Salute. RB says he likes the Pogba shirts behind you, Mina.
Thank you very much. I'm repping. Pogba FC.
Yes. Pogba FC. Yeah, Mina is a Pogba fan, so clearly she knows football facts. She knows her football. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. We wouldn't have anyone on who didn't know their football. She knows her stuff. T Molly 74 says Pogba FC, and then RB's laughing at Ryan's comments. But yeah, let's get into the show anyway, and we'll start with you, Mina. How confident are you going into this Wolves game tonight? Can Manchester United finally capitalize on all the teams around us dropping points?
A part of me thinks yes, but then a part of me thinks that we're struggling to find our consistent form at home. Because away, I'm not worried away in the Premier League, because it seems like we pick up points. Bar Leicester on the weekend, we've been picking up 3 points away most of the time in the Premier League this season. At home is where we've been struggling. We've been struggling to find that, that cemented formation that works for us. Can we capitalize? I feel like United is one of them ones where when all the other teams around us are dropping points, we just fuck around and drop points with them too. Leicester dropped points yesterday. Liverpool dropped points on the weekend. This is the best chance for us. Wolves could be missing Neto, I heard. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But if we go out with Cavani up top and we have a midfield of Bruno and Pogba and Matic, I think we can get 3 points tonight.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
JV, that's exactly where I was going. All right, Mina, you take it away, innit? You host the show.
JV, what about you? JV, what about you? What do you think about United capitalizing on everyone dropping points?
You know what? Yeah. Shout out my friend, Mr. Aaron United. I remember we had a similar thing like this about a year ago, where there was a few times last season United had to capitalize, and Aaron came up with a bottle stat that every time we needed to, we fell away and we never capitalized. If it was any other team other than Wolves, I'd be more optimistic. It's just that it's Wolves. Wolves are not. Wolves are one of them for us. Would I go as far as to say they're a bogey team? No, I wouldn't say they're a bogey team. No, but I'd say they're one of them teams where you're gonna have a match in it. So it all depends on what we do. I think it depends. Tonight's result depends on us. And as much as I say I'm fearing Wolves, it's not that I'm fearing what Wolves can do. I'm fearing what does our manager do or our players do, and then Wolves capitalize on that. Wolves are one of those teams who will capitalize if there's any funniness going on in the midfield area, or like Lindelof is playing and he wants to start falling over or running away from.
Good to know he's injured, fam.
He's out. Yeah.
He's injured. He's out. Yeah, he's injured.
For life.
Yeah.
For life.
No, not for life.
Then it's not good. Then it's not good. He's will come back.
It might be for the season though, because he's got surgery. It might be for the season.
Well, someone go and make sure. United staff make sure it's for the season. But so it for me it depends on the team. I am actually confident though that we can pick something up points wise. I wasn't too disappointed with the draw last match. So this match again, I think to me to go to Leicester in the form they're in and how we've been at Leicester recently at their ground, it's one of them 50-50 grounds. Wolves is a little bit like that. Are we at home or away?
Home.
So you know what? You say it don't really matter with the fans, but still our home forms. If anything, our home form's worse without fans. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would have took pressure off.
It's dreadful.
It is, isn't it? I thought you know what? It's dreadful.
Our home form is relegation-esque. You know what I'm saying? It's Arsenal-esque. Our home form.
Yeah.
I think we won two out. I think before we beat Leeds, the only goal we'd scored from open play was the opening day of the season. If I remember correctly.
And then we just about beat West Brom at home.
Yeah. And that was a penalty.
Yeah, that was a penalty.
Yeah, because for those that don't know, our home form was so bad that when Mina was doing her live stream, she was wearing a clown mask. And she said she's not going to take off this clown mask until Manchester United went at home. And she was wearing this clown mask for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying?
I was sweating under that mask. I'm not even gonna lie. I couldn't breathe half the time. But when you got to stay committed to something, bro. I could not breathe.
Stay firm in it. You got to firm it.
You got to firm it. Big facts. Big facts. But yeah, go on, JV. Say what you were saying about Wolves today.
Yeah, it's just one of them for me. It will be one of those classic matches where we'll know within the first 5-10 minutes. I think, and the team sheet and the first 5-10 minutes will let you know. But like to not put a negative spin on things, because I might sound a bit negative, even though that's just me. I think we're more than equipped at the moment. We're in a good run of form. Like I said, that draw didn't worry me too much because the goal that they got to draw is one of them. You know what I mean? He scuffed it and it's bounced off a defender's leg. And I wouldn't say there's any amount of bad defending involved, bad goalkeeping, whatever. So for me, it's one of them, innit? You know, another day that scuffles off to Xavier and it goes for a corner. And you know what I mean? And then the match just continues and then we see it out. So
that Barnes goal, we shouldn't have conceded that goal.
Yeah. That's dead food. That's dead food from De Gea.
The guy said De Gea, you know. But
there was a few people wrong in that, not just De Gea. De Gea is always going to get beat at his near post. That's what scares me when someone shoots at his near post. But I don't know whether I should have laughed at what Maguire did, what Bruno did, or what McTominay didn't do. And like Xavi said, on a other day, anything that hits Xavi, it will go out. So on a good day, Maguire would have just hoofed that ball out of the box.
Yes.
So I was mad that we dropped points at Leicester because when you look at the game, Leicester didn't give us that much problems. They gave us a few problems, but we also had chances where we could have capitalized. And if we started with Cavani, I don't think that we would have had that issue. Because if that Rashford chance at the beginning of the game, if it fell to Cavani, that's going bottom bins.
Yeah. 100%. But you know what it is? You know what it is, Mina? You know why I'm not too thingy about it? Because I still, even though we're doing good, I still know these things are there. And these type of little mistakes and whatever, these are the ones that usually lead to us losing. Do you get what I'm saying? So even if it's happened and we've got a draw and we've still continued the rich vein of form by not losing, if you get what I'm saying. So that's why the last one's not worried. The last one for me is kind of like, all right, it's happened, but we've got a point from it. We're still in roundabouts. You can sort it out tonight. Do you know what I mean? So we can kind of put Leicester aside. The Leicester game, we can kind of make good for that tonight. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I'm not looking at it from a position of too much, because I do know the mistakes are there, but I'm not trying to look at it too much like, you know, things that are stopping us from winning games, because these things what are happening, the De Gea mistake, a Maguire mistake at the back, which has led to a goal, someone not doing something. It's normally Pogba who's in that position, same position as Bruno losing the ball. We've seen Fred in that same position there, losing the ball. So then that, for me, that comes down to something with the team. So maybe Maguire should have hoofed it, and maybe Bruno should have done better with it. But we do seem to lose the ball a lot in that area where Bruno lost it. So when I'm looking back on the game overall, it's kind of like, yeah, these are things that need to be worked on. But we've managed to hold it out. Whereas, like I said, there's times when that Vardy goal would have been a winner. Do you get what I'm saying? So
we've improved. I get what you're saying. There's improvement.
Yeah, it's an improvement to the point where mistakes aren't costing us games. Do you get what I mean? I'd rather a mistake cost us 2 points than cost us 3. You know what I mean? So it's for me at the moment with us, what everyone needs to try and understand, I think at the moment it's a momentum thing. We need to do everything to keep the momentum going. I think there's even certain cases of certain matches we could lose right now, and we would still maintain a bit of momentum. It depends on the actual performance. If we go out on the pitch and we're totally outclassed, like I said to Flawless so many times, I've not seen that happen to us for a very long time. It's usually mistakes. If we're absolutely outclassed, there's nothing we can do in it. But that doesn't really happen to us. It's normally down to mistakes. But getting back to the point, because I've just gone off on one.
It's calm for a minute. The people them are used to it, innit?
I'm used to it. Used to it right now. I know what you do. You probably just go lock off and go get a drink or something and come back. Like, I used to be talking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go get a drink or go talk to the missus for a few minutes. Yeah, tonight, I think given our defense plays well, because that's the only area for me, I think we'll always score. Right about now, I'm confident that we will always score. And I think we will always score at least two goals. We make enough chances. Do you get what I mean? We'll score at least 2 goals, I think. So the defense is more of my worry. You know, that Podence guy is turning on a bit of form. That Neto again, I seen that Neto guy when he was at Lazio, and I said this kid will be good, and he seems as if he's kicking on a bit. My big worry tonight for Wolves is a player for them who's been quite quiet, and that is Traore, because
why? Because he's not scored in a whole season. I mean, was it a whole Premier League calendar year or so?
Yeah, I seen that, and then I thought, oh, what's the next game? United. Oh, yeah, this always happens, isn't it? For 39 years, and then they pop up at us and bag. You know what I mean? Well, he's not scored at Old Trafford since he went there as a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? Or like, it's all stupid. When you hear them stats at the start of the match, and then it always comes through in it. So
you're Egypt, you know.
Nah, it's true, bro. Tonight, Traore will have a good match. You know what I mean? These are the type, for me, a Traore against a Luke Shaw or even a Tellez, because a Tellez probably hasn't come up against someone like that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if you guys realize, but Tellez can't defend.
I don't think he can.
He cannot defend, and I think that's why they're saying that United are going with Luke Shaw more often when they need a defender as a left back, because Tellez cannot defend to save his life. When Leicester scored against us, he made a mistake prior to that where he misread the ball and thought it was going to go out of bounds, and then it ended up not going out of bounds. And Traore, he would have a field day against Tellez, but I don't know. I think he'd have a field day against Shaw too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I'm saying he's a worry for me, because you know what it is. I think he'd have more of a field day against Shaw, simply because I don't think Shaw would then go back at him the other way. I think Tellez would probably take a bit and then he'd probably try to go back. Yeah, give him a bit back, so he might occupy him. Whereas I think Shaw tends to, when someone just goes at Shaw, he tends to just get pinned in, and you'll just see the person going at him. You know what I mean? However many times a match. You know, Nuno's a very pragmatic manager. If he's looking at our back four at the moment, the wide areas in the back four are actually probably the most areas to test, because Wan-Bissaka seems to be out for a bit. I think he missed the last match. I don't know if he's back.
They're saying it's they don't know, he might be back. That's what they're saying. He could be fit.
You know what I mean? So it's one of them. If he's all right, even if he's 50-50, then for him to be 50-50, I wouldn't want to put him up against opponents or a Neto in form. You know, these tricky little players. Don't get me wrong. He'll slide tackle him. You know what I mean? From OT all the way to flipping Wolverhampton if he really wanted to. Do you know what I mean? But for me tonight, it's the defense. That's going to be the worry. The defense and how he sets out this midfield. Do you get what I'm saying? Is it going to go with this? Interesting. Is it? Are we just going to put up the wooden fence of McTominay and Fred, or are we going to try and go with? Do you know what I mean? We're going to try and go with something. Because
this is the issue with McTominay and Fred. Because don't get me wrong, like I like them to an extent, but the issue is that Oli has to play two players for one position because we don't have one man that can do the job.
Yes.
So we're playing McTominay and Fred as two DMs because we don't have the one DM that can do what both of them can do. And who can do what they both do? Matic. But Matic is like a 57,000-year-old Serbian brother that got the legs of a refrigerator. His legs are finished.
Jesus Christ.
But he's good. Matic is good.
I don't know how Maguire got the fridge tag. You see, when everyone's calling Maguire fridge, Matic is probably looking like...
But the thing is, I like Matic. That's the thing. Maguire, I got a love-hate relationship. Matic, I like Matic because he does the jobs, the games that we need him. I don't know if you guys realize when we were playing Leicester and Maguire and Lindelof both rotate this thing where they take turns to push up as if like they're the third midfielder or the fourth midfielder. Yeah. Matic would always drop into their role. I ain't never seen Fred and McTominay do that, and that's two players playing in the role of one player. So that says a lot about the fact that Oli has to go with two players, and that kind of puts us like a man down in midfield because we have to set up double defensively because we don't have a player that can do that has the legs to do it game in, game out. And that pisses me off because then in an ideal world, we could play Matic, Bruno, Pogba and Van der Beek in an ideal world. It could work. It could work. But Oli he won't go with that. He's going to end up going with Fred and McTominay, probably Bruno. If he's playing three up top, if he's playing two up top, he's going to play Pogba or he's going to play Van der Beek and bring someone off. And it's annoying.
Yeah, it's. You see, the midfield, I think up front now, he's starting to get his own ideas, Oli. He's starting to get his own ideas with the team. You know, I think he's realised how more to play Rashford and get the more out of him. He's realising a bit with Cavani. There's a relationship building now, like a Cavani, Bruno. Yeah, and Martial, they're all starting to form something. I think the midfield, which he puts in behind those forwards, is going to be his problem. I think that's the next problem area. I think it's actually more of a problem than the defense, probably because if we get that midfield area sorted with the DM or whatever, or whoever we need, I think that then makes it a bit easier for the defenders to defend. Do you get what I mean? Because one thing that a lot of people don't realize about Maguire is he gets a lot of slack, and I've said this and I'll always defend him for it because I think it's very admirable what he does. He identifies the danger and he tries to put it out. You know what I mean? Sometimes he's trying to put out a house fire with a wet flannel, but he's trying. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas, it's like Lindelof goes the opposite way, or we have other players who...
Lindelof is very passive, whereas Maguire, one thing about him I always say, when we're conceding goals, whether it's his fault or not, he's always on the scene. He's always trying to engage.
So it looks like it's always his fault because he's there at the scene of the crime.
Yes, because you're always there at the scene of the crime. It looks like it. Bailly's like that as well, whereas when we're conceding goals, if Bailly's on the pitch, normally Bailly is there.
But Bailly's a wild man. He's a wild man. Like you need to clear a header. You need to clear out a ball with a header. My guy's doing a bicycle kick on the edge of our box. He's a madman.
You need a little madman though. You need a madman, but the rest of the defense has to be set and on job. We've not got the rest of on job. Like for me, I'd say Wan-Bissaka's on job. I don't actually have a problem with Wan-Bissaka.
I have a problem. I got a problem with Wan-Bissaka, and I'm going to tell you what my problem with is.
Let's go.
Because he's good. Don't get me wrong. I think in the league 1v1, he's probably the best defender, especially wing back. He's probably the best wing back 1v1. Ain't no man getting past him. But defensively, reading threats, reading balls that come into the box, and setting up defensively, he's always out of the line. Like there's been many times we've conceded goals where a ball will come in from Luke Shaw's side and he will tuck in into Lindelof. He'll tuck in into Maguire and leave a man running back post behind him to get to the ball. It's happened so many times. And I feel like the way that he reads the game when it comes to when he can read the game good when it's 1v1. But when it's an aerial threat or something else, I think he struggles to read the ball sometimes. And I've realized it more when Tuanzebe has been playing, and Tuanzebe reads the game a lot better than he does. 1v1 he might not be as great. Tuanzebe is a lot quicker than Wan-Bissaka, but reading the ball, aerial threats, etc. I think he beats Axel. And they were saying that January or summer United are in the market again for a right back, and that's frustrating because we just dropped 45 M's on a right back last season. So if he's not cutting it for them already, then clearly there's a problem.
See, that's where that sorry to cut you off, JV. To me, that falls on the manager. That's how I'm looking at that. It falls on them. It's like, right, how have you spent the most money we've spent is on our defense, and our defense is the worst part of our team. Yes. Somebody needs to be held accountable for that. Going forward, we are fine. United will score goals against anybody. Look at, I think our defense in the league, I think it's the 14th, 15th best. We need to score 2 or 3 goals. This is what I'm saying. We average 2 or 3 goals a game because we need 2 or 3 goals a game to actually win matches. But look how high we are in the league. That tells you how good our attack is. But on the issues with the double pivot, you lot mentioned Fred and McTominay, Wan-Bissaka. Yes, these players ain't. I don't think Fred or McTominay are good enough to do that job by themselves. Wan-Bissaka needs to improve, but this all comes down to systems as well. Like we spoke on Tellers defensively not being good. But if you're on the front foot, you don't have to defend. I keep saying this. I don't know why. Ollie should just go for it. Kamikaze style. I've said this. Go for it. And just like Kevin Keegan's Newcastle. For those that
this season, you might as well.
Go for it. Yes.
Check this right now, yeah. If we go through this season now, playing as we are, and he fails to make top 4, he's gonna get it. He's gonna absolutely get it, bro. And I don't even mean from us. The media will be like, this is the easiest league ever, and you've got this. They'll switch it around. Like,
I don't think it's an easy season. I genuinely don't think it's an easy season because I think if anything, it's an unpredictable season because you generally don't know who's dropping points. You don't know if you're going to play City and they're going to bring out their best 11 or half their team got coronavirus. You don't know if Liverpool are going to come out with Salah, Mane, and Firmino up top, or if they're going to come out with Origi and some 2 random academy players on the wing. Like it's unpredictable. So it's not easy. I think it's more difficult. The mentality, I think, it reminds me of, if you guys watch the NBA, it reminds me of the NBA and the bubble. The bubble experience for the NBA was quite different. Everyone was in one camp. I feel like this is a lot more different. And if United managed to win the league in this, I would be very impressed given the fact that our defense stinks.
That's why we could win it though, you know me. Literally, we could win it just because of the unpredictability. Like if there's anyone who has the tools to win it in an unpredictable season, and with the season being unpredictable, we're probably the most unpredictable team. So we actually probably we're probably the best equipped for this season here.
And I think we have I feel like we do have probably I don't want to go say on paper, but on paper I think we do have one of the best squads in the league.
Easily.
Yeah. Like I feel like a majority of our starting 11 would walk into every other starting 11 in the league. And I was saying this. Yeah, our bench. Like, come on, we go into games. Like, I get we got James and that playing on the wing, and we got McTominay, but then we have on the bench, we got Cavani, we got Pogba, we got Martial, we got Henderson. We got our three keepers, our three goalkeepers, Henderson, Romero, and De Gea, can all start for any club.
Yeah.
So imagine
I'm telling you right now, yeah, if City had Cavani and Maguire was injured, Cavani starts over Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Pogba walks into their midfield right now because you can't tell me
he walks into their midfield on his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
can't tell me Gundogan and Gundogan and whatever.
and Rodri.
And Bruno. Again, you know what I mean? I'm not even bringing Bruno to that argument.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. But this is what gives me so much. This is why I criticize Ollie so heavily, because look at the tools at your disposal. Yes, we know the board and the owners and Woodward are a problem, but look at the tools you have at your disposal. Look at our attack. I say this all the time. Look at the players we have, the caliber of attacking players we have, and sometimes we struggle to score goals. Go on, fam.
I'll put it to you like this. I honestly believe Donny walks into City's first 11. I honestly believe that. I'm not buzzing. I honestly believe Donny won the beat.
Yeah, I think he does.
I think if Pep's got him now, he starts every week. So that's how we've got to look. We've got to kind of look at that. That's a good point and a bad point, because there should never be a time where there's a player of that caliber on our bench and we are not totally dominant in a match. If we're not totally dominant in a match, I don't want to see Donny on that bench. You need to get him on. One thing I'll give it to Pep for: if Pep wants 5 centre midfielders on that pitch, there's gonna be 5 centre midfielders, bro. He's going to make sure it works. You get what I'm saying? So man can't tell me we've got too many of this. No, bro. If you've got it, use it. You get what I'm saying? This man had
Sorry to cut you off, though. The thing is, Ollie signed Donny. You signed Donny. You signed Bruno. You said you're building the team around Pogba. These are your guys.
You know what it is, bro? You have to remember. Pep had a man had Fabregas up front, bro, looking like 2000s Morientes, bro. You get what I'm saying? So don't tell me there's not enough spaces. You get what I'm saying? Nah, real talk, bro. Man made a new position for the guy. A man said, I need this guy in my team. You know what? False 9. A man made up a thing to get him in, bro. Do you understand where I'm coming from? A man sat there and went, yeah, I need this guy in. False 9. You know what I'm saying?
I said, wait, 2000 Morientes.
Bro, Fabregas not bagging, bro. Man was bagging centre forwards, goals, sliding in and that, getting his run off the last man, watching it on the wing and the linesman tapping. You get what I'm saying? So you can't tell me man can't play. You get what I'm saying? You can't tell me these man can't play, bro. I've seen Fabregas transferred into a 9, not someone playing up front. Fabregas was playing. Man might call it false 9. But Fabregas was playing at times as a 9, and he did that because he knows he's got certain attributes that I need to fit in. Do you get what I'm saying? When we have the ball and he's not as a 9, and we've then got 4 centre mids on, do you get what I'm saying? No one's saying nothing. I was watching football. You know what it is? I was watching football yesterday, yeah? I watched one Chelsea match. Remember that match when Chelsea beat Barca at the new camp? Torres, and Gary Neville had the orgasm in that. When he scored. Yeah. Bro, I looked at Barca's starting lineup, yeah? I said, bro, what was Pep on that night? Bro, he had on 2 centre-backs, a right-back. Everyone else was a midfielder, bro. It was like a centre midfielder. Everyone else was a centre midfielder, and there was like Messi, Pedro. He had like 4 up front, 4 across. And I was like, yo, I'm thinking he lost, yeah? But this man you know what I'm saying? He went for it. Do you get what I'm saying? He went for it. It didn't come off. Fair enough, innit? But he went for it. But certain ideals, what he went for, if you then watch the season after, man's still doing these certain things because he realized, oh yeah, we might have lost that match, but that was very good. Do you get what I'm saying? And that was very good. And I think this is what Ollie does. I think Ollie, we get these performances where he uses these tactics and he clocks good things. And he's like, oh, and this is why I think we're starting to get a bit of momentum now, because as much as a few weeks ago I was slating him, I think he's actually, how can I put it? I think he is going for it. Not maybe how we would want to see it, but he's not. I'll put it to this way.
I put it this way. He's going for it in an Ollie way, but it's still not what we want.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not as we would like it, but he's trained.
Yeah, I've said this time and time again. If United's strong part of our team was our defense and Ollie was defensive, that makes sense. Because I'd be like, that's the strong part of our team. Our defense is not strong. Therefore, we're top heavy. You get what I'm saying? We are top heavy. Go for it. Like I say, 99% of the teams in the Premier League, we could just go for it against. Take away your City, take away your Liverpool. Who else? There's no one else. I don't think we can go for it with. We've seen Chelsea come to Old Trafford and park the bus. Why did Lampard do that? Because he knows.
Bro, that weren't
why
did
he do that?
Bro.
That was a
Boeing 787 or something. That was
that aeroplane. Telling me,
that was a tower blocks of flats.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Titanic.
This one, you from just dumped him in the middle of the thing.
You lot as well, get the likes up on the video in it. Mods, you hear me? Get people liking the video, get the likes up, make sure you share it, subscribe. Look at the panel that we continue, the lineups we continue to give you week in, week out. Not even week in, week out, daily basis. Look at these lineups, you know what I'm saying? You can just bring me in it. You know what I'm saying?
Prime Barca, man. Look at this right now. This is MSN, bro. This is Prime Barca. This is MSN, rude boy. You get what I'm saying? Take your pick, panel, who you ever want to be. Well, this is MSN. I'm not Suarez. This is MSN.
I don't bite people, so I'm definitely not Suarez.
Well, there you go, flawless, you're Suarez. But
yeah, I got stuck with it. All right, cool. All right, whatever.
But this is what I'm saying, man. Nah, seriously, like, back to what was I saying? Yeah, like, just the whole how we've been playing the midfield thing. I honestly think, if we crack that midfield right now, and I say midfield, it's more or less the two, because Bruno speaks for himself in it, so it's just it's what he wants to do. Is it a holding two?
We need to talk about Bruno for a minute, because don't get me wrong, I love Bruno. Bruno's my guy. He's my second guy after Pogba on the team, but he gives the ball away a lot, and it's really crazy because I see people talk about him like on Twitter. I see like reaction videos after games, and people act like he's exempt from criticism because he scores and because he gets assists. But I'm sorry, but I've never seen Ozil give the ball away that much in his time at Arsenal when he was racking up assists. His time at Madrid, I had never seen him give the ball away that much. Never seen De Bruyne give the ball away that much. Never seen Fabregas give the ball away that much. So why is the excuse for him that he gives the ball away a lot because he takes high risk chances for balls? But 100 times he'll give it away. He'll give it away 99 times, and that one time it'll be an assist. And that's a 99% miss rate. That's not good enough.
And because of the love people have for him, because I rate Bruno, but like you said, it is like he's exempt from criticism. Because if you look at the Leicester goal, the Barnes, that's on Bruno. To me, that's not on Maguire. That's not Fred. That's not De Gea. Because if that's a certain French number 6 trying to make someone on the edge of his own box, we're getting told he doesn't want to be here. He's not intelligent enough to play that role.
Sky Sports pundits will be calling for the death penalty back in the UK.
Certain Scottish man telling you don't want to play for the club. You know what I'm saying?
This is it. He's not intelligent enough to play that role. He doesn't have a footballing brain, all this type of thing. But Bruno does it. That's on Bruno. I said this. That's on you. From when Maguire's cleared that ball and it drops at your feet and you're in control of that ball.
You're trying to mega man. You know what the worst thing is? Man trying to mega man like it's so solid 2000.
The worst thing you're trying to not make someone whose legs are closed already. That's ridiculous. Where are you gonna put the ball? You're gonna boot it through his leg. I didn't get it.
And that goes back to the point of because I watched the goal and I'm like, all right, I'm watching the match. And then I'm thinking, all right, when I go to social media and I'm seeing people talk about Maguire, who did well to clear the ball falling over. I've seen people talking about Fred. I've seen people talking about McTominay.
Yeah, Maguire fell and he saw an open man that was Bruno. So he gave it to him in the hopes that Bruno will clear it out first time. Yeah. So I get it's not Maguire's fault that he slipped and slided like it was an ice skating rink.
Yeah, the thing is with that, like Bruno's in control of the ball. Say, for instance, The clearance went a bit. The clearance didn't go straight to him, and Bruno's had to stretch, and then he's lost it. Then it's like Bruno was in full control. The man's 3-4 yards off you. You can make. You could have went left. You could have went right. You could have went back. You could have took a touch, done whatever. You could have just cleared it, like you said, booted it up the pitch. That's on him, because, like I said, if that's Pogba, we are not allowing that. We are not talking about other things. That's not happening. But because it's Bruno, it's like he's exempt. And Bruno, I don't mind. Give the ball away in the final third. Do all those type of things in the opposition's third. Don't be doing that in the edge of your home. Don't do that. No. And then
you know what that comes down to as well? That comes down to that stupid playing out from the back thing, which we keep doing. Like, we've not got the minerals for this play out from the back thing, bro. We do not have the minerals, the vitamins, the whatever you need, the ingredients, the recipe. Man, I've got none of it. Ollie, allow it, bro. You get what I'm saying?
You know what? I think you're being a bit harsh, I swear. I think that we're probably just we're one class DM away from being able to play from the back consistently. And I'll tell you this. In defense, we got Maguire. Now, Maguire has a lot of flaws. He's not flawless, but he can play out from the back. He can take the ball from our defense. He can take the ball from our defense and push the ball up. If we've got a DM that drops into the centre back position, Maguire can ping the ball over, whether it's to the left hand side, the right hand side. Lindelof picked out, who is it? Was it Rashford or Martial?
Yeah, Rashford.
We did that a couple of times.
He's done it a couple of times. We got defenders, bar our wing backs in Wan-Bissaka, who honestly, he couldn't even hit a target, even if he was standing right in front of it. He can't play out from the back. Tellez, he's good. Luke Shaw is decent. I think we got Bruno, we got Fernandez, we got Pogba. One thing that frustrates me is, I don't know if you've seen recently, Martial's been playing this number 9 that kind of drops back into midfield, picks up the ball when he's playing with Cavani. And he's got this nice link up that I'm seeing with Cavani, where Rashford doesn't play with his back to the goal as great as Martial can do. And I feel like with one defensive midfielder, one class defensive midfielder that isn't McTominay and Fred, I think we can play out from the back how Ollie is. Because I see the vision. I see the vision that Ollie has for playing out from the back. But I don't think we also have the press, because United don't press that much when we play. When we lose possession in their third, we don't press to win the ball back immediately. We don't build on that momentum. We kind of let them get back into their possession of the ball, and then we try to win the ball back.
And see, that's my issue with that. I agree in terms of, I think a DM transforms our side. I think a class DM, not only does it improve us defensively, it improves us offensively. The issue I have with playing out from the back is not so much that it's the manner in which we play out from the back. The fact that we do it all the time. Right. We do it all the time, which we shouldn't, and we don't do it quickly. We wait for the other team to get set. If you did it quickly, if De Gea picked up quick and then passed it to Maguire quick before the other team, do it at pace. We take our time. How many times have we seen Maguire or Lindelof or Wan-Bissaka or Tellez or whoever get caught on the ball sloppily? Look at the Henderson goal, for instance, we conceded at Sheffield United. That's just from moving slow. Yes, Henderson should clear it, but it's just being slow. Go on.
That's the perfect example of it. You see, when man are trying to play out from the back, it's kind of got to be a bit disguised, So don't get me wrong. You might have the players in a certain position, but if I've got the ball here in front of me and I've got my 2 centre-backs on each side of the thingy box, what I don't do is this and show everyone where it's going, I don't do this. I don't face my man, you get me? I wait till the whistle goes, and then, do you get what I'm saying? So it's all to do with how you do it. Do you get what I'm saying? I can give someone a recipe right now, bro, but if I don't tell you how to put the egg in, if I just say put an egg in, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't put the egg in right. Well, you didn't tell me. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a way of doing it. We don't have the method. We might have the people to do it. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Maguire's good on the ball. Lindelof's good on the ball with no pressure. That is the underlying marker, with no pressure, especially with Lindelof. Any sort of pressure, this guy turns just to egg yolk. He's useless on the football pitch. So. Don't get me wrong, he can do them balls over to Rashford and that. I'm loving that. You're setting up goals. You're providing for the team. You're even getting a couple assists. You know what I'm saying? Probably more assists than certain gunners out here. But you know what I'm saying? But I had to just get that. What I really want to see is you smashing, man, bro. I don't care for that pass over, because Fred can do that. Pogba can do that. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what they're there for. I'm not buying you to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm buying you to defend, rude boy. So my man needs to. Yeah, it's good with the thingy, but
shout out Ryan here. He says this. I just want to respond to this. He says, "Do you think you could play a 4-3-3 with Fred as the deepest midfielder and Pogba and Bruno as 2-8s?" Yes, we could. If we had the correct system, we could definitely. If we dominate the ball.
I don't think Fred is a good enough deep midfielder. So Fred needs to play alongside someone. I don't think Fred can play by himself. He has to play alongside someone.
I don't think he's good enough against the highest opposition. But if we're playing Fulham or West Brom at home, yes, I think Fred can play.
Do you know what it is for me with Fred?
By himself.
I think Fred is an 8. I don't think you can play Fred as the thingy. For me, Fred is actually a bit underrated in terms of his forward movement. For me, Fred is someone you play in a 3-man midfield because he can defend a bit, but Fred is more box to box, if that makes sense. For me, it would make more sense to put McTominay. I think McTominay is a better sitter. I think that whoever is you DM with your 2-8s, they have to just sit. I think Fred has a natural thingy to go forward a little bit, even if it's even if it's 10 yards.
I get what you're saying.
That like DM is dangerous. I think
I get what you're saying.
That's why Matic does it so well, because Matic. I don't know if Matic just fits so well because he's not got the legs. But
that's just him. He'll just scream. Yeah. Matic will just scream. But this is what I'm saying is against certain opposition, it should be fine. To me, against most of the league, you don't need a top, high-class, world-class defensive midfielder in it. If we're playing West Brom at home, we don't need a world-class DM. If we're playing Fulham at home, Arsenal at home, Brighton at home, Newcastle at home, I can keep going. You get what I'm saying? Crystal Palace at home. Now, if we're playing PSG at home, that's different. Then you need a high-quality DM. But this is what Ollie's done. Because he's lowered the bar for us, it's like all of a sudden I was having a debate on here and someone was telling me we need 2 DMs at home next to West Brom at home to West Brom because our defense is not good enough. It's like, no, you don't need a world-class DM if you are dominating the ball. Against West Brom, Manchester United should have 70% of the ball. I'm sorry.
We should have. Who said 2 DMs, bro?
This is what I'm saying. I can't remember who said it, but we was debating it in the comments and that because people, you know what these Ollie-inners are like.
Man don't forget what. To me, a DM is a DM for me is Essien and a Vieira. I don't know what team. Who are you fighting, bro? Are you fighting the Romans? You don't need Essien you don't need 2 DMs, bro. If you're a big team, you do not need 2 DMs.
The reason why it's become a topic is because our defense isn't good enough. But our defense, if you, like I keep saying, and I say this all the time, if you have the ball, the opposition cannot score. You know what I'm saying? City's defense, when Pep was doing a mazza with Manchester City, their defense wasn't the greatest. But guess what? Them man had the ball 80% of the time. So by the time you get it, you're too tired anyway, and you're giving it straight back. This is my whole point. Then teams figured out and realized that, if you attack these, man, we can get somewhere. Our defense, is it the greatest? No. Is it the worst, though? No. Is it the 14th, 15th best in the league? Absolutely not. But this ties in again to systems and stuff like that.
No, I hear you still. You know what it is for me, yeah? Honestly, I don't think we'll know until we do it.
Yeah, you don't know until you try. It's the truth. It's true. It's true. I agree with that.
For me,
here's the thing. Sorry to cut you off, JV. One thing, and the thing is, what we've tried is we know the 2 DMs thing doesn't work because our defense is still leaking goals.
Very true. But you see, for me, I would like to try Fred in that position. But I think what you'd have to do is you'd have to literally sit him down, and I think you'd have to bang it into his head in training. Right, you can't go forward. You can't do this. You can't, because I think Fred just naturally does that. Don't get me wrong. McTominay did it in his last match when we was playing Leeds. That's because they were doing. That was a very good move. I like that. That was very old school United. That's like when we had a Keane and Scholes. It's like, all right, you go, I'll sit. You sit, I'll go. That's what McTominay and Fred were doing. Do you get what I mean? So I think in the terms of how they were playing in that Leeds match, that role, that can work. But for me, the Bruno, the Pogba, whoever's going to be that defensive midfielder between the Bruno and the Pogba, it's going to have to be a Kante-like player.
Ndidi. To me, it's Ndidi.
Yeah. Perfect fit.
Go sign Ndidi. He is perfect.
Yeah. You need that. You need that stamina alongside the ball winning, alongside the passing. You need to be able to do all three. For me, the best defensive midfielders are destroyers, playmakers, and they have the stamina then to go with it for all the tracking. You know what I mean? So,
and that's the thing with Fred. I don't think Fred is a bad DM choice because he can break up the lines quickly when we're being attacked. He can play out from the back. There's been times where this season when it's him breaking up the play and kind of getting that first ball out to Bruno, and we catch the team on the counter attack. But is he the best option out of all the DMs in the world that we could sign? No, I don't think so. But is that what we got for now? Yeah. Should he be playing alongside McTominay? Because McTominay has the stamina. He's the reason why I think Ollie goes with McTominay all the time is just because McTominay don't stop running. Bar the goal that we conceded on the weekend when he didn't run, McTominay does not stop running. Fred, you'll see him kind of get sloppy sometimes and pick up. And those three attributes that a DM should have is split between two players that we have. So we have to go with both of them together every time. And it's just stupid. Like you said, there's no way you'd see Vieira and Essien playing together in a midfield in a Premier League game. You'd play one or the other.
Yeah,
you don't need that comes down to the rest of the quality with the team, a manager who's brave enough to do it. Because like I said, all of a sudden, Manchester United, I don't know where this has come from. We need a world-class DM or we have to play two. You know what I'm saying?
I think we need a class DM or we need a world-class centre-back.
Yeah, I'm with it. Like that's what I'm saying, but it's both to go to the higher level. But like I said, against lesser opposition, that position shouldn't be. Yeah, against lesser opposition, that position shouldn't be an issue. Why are we talking not us on here? Why are we talking holding midfielders when we're at home to West Brom or at home to Fulham? You know what I'm saying? Or away to Brighton or whoever. And we're talking, there's bigger issues than that if defensive midfield is a problem. Yeah, JV, just before you go, you lot get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up. Please make sure you share it. Subscribe to the channel.
Keep liking, guys. Keep liking.
Yeah, man. You liking because someone let us know in the comments. Someone said we were on 24 likes. So let's get that to 30. Go on, JV.
Here's the thing, though. This is what I don't understand about this whole conversation, though. Not from our point, but from someone like Ollie. Because if you actually deep it and you watch every single match that we're playing and you have a Bruno and a Pogba on, how does it not become that? How does it not become that? Then you have to question, well, it doesn't become that because Pogba's being told to stay back. So all right. I'll put it to you like this. If you actually play Pogba and Bruno in their normal starting positions where they would do, you would naturally have that anyway. You would naturally have that for me. You would naturally have one midfielder lying deeper and then them two just pushing on, innit? You know what I mean? You would naturally have that even if you said to Bruno, you do your thing, Pogba, you do your thing, and Fred or whoever, you just sit. We naturally end up with that. The thing what people are not realizing is that, or they might be overlooking it, is that the manager's actually setting them out to not play like that. We're all thinking, whereas people are saying, do you think it could work like that? It could, it probably would, and would probably blow a lot of teams away. But it's not because they're being told not to clearly, or naturally, how these players play, it would end up like that. Because as much as Bruno plays in the 10, Bruno drops back a lot to get the ball. So if Bruno was to drop back into the midfield and Pogba's playing centre mid anyway, and Fred's a little bit deeper, it would naturally become that formation. So
see that because good players will figure it out. This is what I'm saying. But switching lanes of this because we're talking defense. Obviously, with Lindelof being injured, and we know Bailly is very injury prone. That leaves obviously Maguire, Bailly, Axel. Mina, what centre backs do you want to see? That's what I'd ask. And would you like to see one come in January?
Yes, I would like to. Would the difference is, would I like it? Yes. Will it happen? No. When was the last time? Except for Bruno, I think Bruno was going to happen in January, last January, because he was talks that he was going to happen the summer before that. If anybody remembers, he was meant to come the summer before that. He just ended up coming in January. There's quite a few midfielders, centre backs, that are going to be on the market from January that we could negotiate a deal with for the summer because they ain't renewed their contracts. You know, there's a Boateng who, to me, he hasn't lost his class. Still think he's a good centre-back, better than the centre-backs that we have right now. There's a Sergio Ramos. Would he come to United? I highly doubt it. Would it be nice to have him? It would be great. But I don't think that United, bar, maybe Koulibaly, I don't think there's anyone else that United are going to go out purposely to buy, because they're still haunted by the I think they're still busy trying to sign Jadon Sancho. And United, they can only do one transfer at a time. They can't focus on multiple players at different times. So would it be nice to get a centre-back in January? Yes. Will I be upset if we don't get one? Not really.
Okay, so would you go with, so that being said, would you then go with Maguire and Bailly as your first choice centre-back pairing going forward?
Going forward, I would alternate between Maguire and Bailly, Maguire and Fosu Mensah, even Tuanzebe. I would go through that, because the thing is that we're going to bring in a player in January, and not every guy that we brought Vidic in a January window, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
and that's probably the last time. Look at the gap between him and Evra. Look at the big gap between them and when we got Bruno, and how long it took us to get another class player in a January window.
Do you know what
we got people like Matic. We got Matic in a January window too, but he wasn't class for us immediately. He didn't make a big difference for us immediately. So that's why I'm all right with riding out another 4 or 5 months of some shaky back four.
I want to say, I think. Sorry to cut you off, Mina. I think Bailly and Maguire is a better fit. I think that's improved.
I think they're a good fit, but then Bailly's injury prone. He's gonna try to do a clearance and pull up his hamstring. How are you pulling your own hamstring? But I like Bailly when he plays, because he's just, like I say, Bailly reminds me of a typical African Cup of Nations defender. He plays football like he's playing five-a-side. It's just 2-foot tackles and
just going.
Yeah. He plays like he's playing you at what's it called? Soccer Dome.
It's just like it's a random kickabout on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So I would like to see a centre back. I won't be too fussed if it don't happen, but I'd rather us wait until the summer and go out properly to scout, not rather panic buy. But with United and their recruitment, you just never know. You actually just never know who we're going to get.
This is the thing. That's a very good point, because that's exactly what I was going to come on to next. My thing is, I'd love to see another centre back, but how can I trust you now to go and get me another centre back when you've just bought a left back less than 2 months ago and you're telling me one of his attributes isn't good enough already? So then for me, it's like, all right then, whoever, this is how I'm putting it from now, whoever has relayed that back, or however this information's got back, his defending's not that great. My first thing as Ollie is, get me the fucking scout who got him. Get me the fucking scout. We got him then. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can't be held accountable. Yes. Yeah, I can't trust these men to go get me another centre back, because it's looking like, all right, I'll put it to you like this. For me, it's looking like we've had Tuanzebe at the club, yeah? Mm-hmm. This is how mad it is. We've had Tuanzebe at the club. In his time being here, we've bought in Bailly, we've bought in Lindelof, and we've bought in Maguire, and he looks as good as all of them. So your judgment, I can't really trust your judgment on defenders at this moment in time, because, like Flawless has said, the worst part of the team at this moment is the defense, and it's had the most money spent on it. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Fair enough, we've not even bought Dean Henderson, yeah?
But we're paying him a shitload of money to sit on the bench.
We're paying him a shitload of money. So, if anything, I seen Dean Henderson this season as a new signing, because that's how I would see a loan player who comes back ready to play, because you wasn't Dean Henderson when he left us, wasn't that Dean Henderson, was it? Do you get what I mean? He's now come back at another level. You're a new player. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, you've added another goalkeeper. So that's another player to your defense. So if you want to say we've added 4 players to our defense in the past 2 years, and it's the worst part of the team, I don't know how I can trust your recruitment in defense at this moment in time. It's not the greatest, isn't it?
Again, you know sorry to cut you off, JV. That's where somebody needs to be held accountable, because something is not adding up. How's that? Yeah. How have we spent the most money there? And you made a great point when you said we brought in Bailly, you've brought in Lindelof, you've brought in Maguire, and arguably our academy player is as good as all of them. Yeah,
if not better. Do you know what I mean? Like you could actually argue he's our best centre back. How? You could argue ridiculous.
Yes,
that's ridiculous. That's Maguire's what, 80 mil. Lindelof was like what, 30 mil. I think Bailly is like another 20-30 mil. So you're telling me that's what, like 140, and you've got a brother who's for free, slap your back pocket as the price, free like that, and you've had to buy these 3 man. So that's where, as much as Mina's right, I'd love to see them do it, but can I trust them? Do you get what I'm saying? Can we trust these people? Because they're gonna get in someone, hail him up like they always do. Then after a bit, it's like, well, he's not as good as who we've already got. It's like, well, what was he doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, even now, we have this problem further ahead in the team. Like, you look at someone like the McTominay Van der Beek situation. It's like, why do you buy a midfielder for 40 mil? But then McTominay wasn't playing this much last season when you didn't have Van der Beek. It doesn't really make sense. McTominay didn't play much when we didn't have Van der Beek. You buy a new £40 million midfielder, and then now the academy kid's playing more than him. Do you get what I'm saying? So what's going on with your recruitment? Don't get me wrong. I honestly believe Van der Beek is light years ahead of McTominay. I don't think it's the same problem as we have with Tuanzebe and the other centre-backs, where I think Tuanzebe is probably as good as, if not... I don't care what anyone says. He's better than Lindelof. Yeah, I think if he plays every game to the end of the season, he's our best centre back. I honestly believe. I think he establishes himself. I
don't think Ollie, as much as he claims to be about the academy kids, I don't think he's about it. I don't think he's about it. And I think
that's one of the biggest lies we were ever told.
It's like, what it's like? It's like when all the companies were releasing Black Lives Matter statements in the summer, but they ain't really about it. I don't think Ollie is really about the academy kid hype, and bar people like Greenwood, Rashford, and there is no one in come on, Gomez got shipped out. He got shipped out of United when he probably could have. If McTominay could make it into our midfield, then there is no reason why Angel Gomez shouldn't have. But
this is what I'm trying to say.
And now he's doing good.
Yeah, so all right. I'll put it to you like that as well. Chong weren't the greatest for us. We all know that. But my man's doing all right at Werder Bremen right now. He's doing quite fine in Germany. He's getting goals and assists. Do you get what I'm saying? He comes on for us. My man can't put in a cross. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, I'm all about the youth. No, you're not, bro. You get what I'm saying? I'm about the youth. No, you're not. Don't lie to me, bro. I can spot it from a mile off. If you're about the youth, you don't have Tuanzebe and Mengi and persist with our centre backs who have been doing poor. Like,
and the
thing is, he doesn't even have the excuse.
Yeah. This is my point. That's exactly where I was going to go from. You just beat me to the punch again with that, in terms of, it's not like our defense and defenders have been playing well. So if there's a time to play youth players, it's there. Axel can't go in and do any worse. That being said, I don't think Maguire and Lindelof are as bad as people make out. But again, they ain't the perfect partnership. I don't know why you would play them together. But I think Ryan mentioned it. I still think Maguire would be good next to a world-class defender. Problem is, people are judging him like he should be that world-class defender because he costs 85 million. And that's true to an extent. The price tag's not his fault. And you mentioned this, JV, in the past, when you said if he had a Van Dijk level type defender next to him, he would improve. He can't be the best defender. You know what I'm saying? We know he lacks pace. So it's like, put someone quick next to him. Go on.
He wasn't even the best defender for England in that World Cup.
Did he play in the back? And he played in the back three.
He played in the back three, yeah.
Who was it? Him, Stones, and who was it? It was him, Stones, and who was the other one?
It was Kyle Walker, mate.
It was back. They played in a back four most of the time.
Was it a back four? Why am I thinking back three? Am I
I think in the semi we went to a back three in that semi.
Yeah, but the group stages it was back four. And after that World Cup, I didn't even know what the Maguire hype was. I genuinely didn't know what it was.
He's English. And you know what it is? I've clocked this from way back when man was young and I'm watching football. If you're English, you're strong, and a corner comes in and you can clark that corner with your head, bro, you are getting ratings from the English media. If you can get that, if the corner comes in and you get that if you just get that just before the semicircle, you've got it, bro. You've got it. This is what the English media wants.
You're the man.
You're the man. It's nothing to do with defending on the floor and your pace and how you can do this. You know what I mean? He looks. You know what it is as well with him? It's because he was doing that in the World Cup. You know what he was doing? He was bringing the ball out. The English centre-back, he was bringing the ball out. You know what I'm saying? He was playing with the ball at feet. We ain't seen this since Rio. He must be the next Rio. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro. This is English players. Man, do a little something. Bro, I'm telling you tonight, if there's a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid who scores from outside the box tonight, is the next Rooney. If a South American kid tonight from anyone's academy, dribbles past 3 man, and bags it is the next Messi. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what's happened to football. So the funny thing is, and I've said this every time about Maguire, the same people who are now revolting about Maguire or want to diss him, you were the man loving this man off after the World Cup. You were the man telling, they were the same man saying, oh, you know what? Oh, you know, United have got him. No. So you get what I'm saying? The same people who were rating this guy are the same ones who are now hating this guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Keep it, keep it thorough, innit? I always just said this guy is just an average player. He's not going to be, he was never going to be our savior. Don't get me wrong. He came in and he sturdied the defense because he was better at that time than what we have. I think he's regressed since he's joined us. Not even regressed. I think he's plateaued. I think he's just stayed there. He's not kicked on. Do you get what I mean? Like there's other players. There's players you can argue who have joined us and they've kicked on. Do you get what I mean? There's players you can argue who've joined us and they're already at a high level and they've maintained that level. The thing is, no one cared about what Maguire was doing at Leicester, or no one watched Maguire week in, week out at Leicester to know his regular level. Because I bet you right now, his regular level is the same as this. It's just that it's under more of a magnifying glass. I've said this a million times when it comes to Maguire. Maguire is only getting watched so much now because he's at United. No one give a damn.
It's the pressure. It's the pressure that comes with when you're playing at United.
Yes.
And it kind of comes hand in hand in coming to the club. So it can't really be an excuse. One thing I like, Maguire should be lucky, count himself lucky, is that he's English, so he's kind of exempt from criticism when it comes to most pundits, most TV channels. When it comes to most journalists, they will always, like, Maguire will never be called out on any of his nonsense on the pitch. And I feel bad for him because this is what I always say, players don't put the price tag on themselves. Their club puts the price tag on him. So he came to United, 80 million signing. He probably didn't think, there is no way Maguire can look at himself in the mirror and tell the mirror, yeah, I'm worth 80 million. There is no way, because the devil is going to slap him in his face for lying. I think he believes it.
I honestly think, when he heard that he was going to Man United, this is how it would have went. Oh yeah, Man United have put in a bid for you. You go in, yes. How much was it? 80 mil? No way. You know what I mean? He would have probably been buzzing 1 minute and heard that 80 mil and went, nah, come on, Dread. Yo, Leicester, come on, man. Let them drop it to 40 mil and just give you someone else. So, you know what I'm saying? Because once you're going to, you know what it is with him? He came from an absolute pressureless situation. There's no pressure. Yeah. Boom. He signs for us. 80 mil on his back. Yeah. 80 mil is on his back.
And maybe that's why he's too slow, because he's trying to carry the weight of the 80 million when he runs.
Mina, that's uncalled for. That's below the belt. That's below the belt.
This is what he's carrying now. He's carrying the 80 mil. Then he's carrying the Man United. Then the start of the season, we went like, you know what? Be captain as well. Boom. Captain's on him now.
You're forgetting the last one. And he's carrying a criminal court case over his head, bro. That guy, he can't run. He can't run.
Just breathing his head back. You know what I'm saying? Man, every time someone, you know what I'm saying? Someone's talking about, what film you watching tonight? Greece. Flashbacks, you know what I'm saying? So every time he hears that word Greece, he's got that in his head. Bro, he's pressured out. You get what I'm saying? He's come from an absolutely pressureless career, bro. When he's at Sheffield United, there's no pressure. Just play a few games, Harry. You know what I'm saying? Get into the first team, Harry. You know, play for your local team, Harry. This is what everyone's telling him, and it's nice. And he could get smashed 5-0, and he'll go home, and everyone will still love him because you're playing for your local team and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Once you come to United now, you can't do that, bro. You can't come to United and
the level is different. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? You have to maintain that level, and not even just maintain it. You have to
improve.
Yeah, you have to maintain that level and then improve on that level and then improve in other areas of your game. No one's asking him to improve other areas of his game at Leicester. No one's asking him to captain the team in that manner. You see, when you're a captain of a small team, it's different to being a captain of a big team. You know? The pressure is different. So this is one thing I'll say, and I actually think he's played well this season. He has had his moments because he will do, because that's the type of player he is. But this is the thing. Every good thing you would have seen from Harry Maguire while he was at Leicester, that would have been it. If there's a highlight reel of Maguire at Leicester, it is probably 100% accurate. It's probably everything right.
That's a valid point. That that's
how long. Even like they say that he's slab head, scores headers, etc., etc. How long did it take him to actually score a header for United? I think it came towards the end of last season when he finally scored a header for United.
That being said, in his defense, it takes us a long time to beat the man at the near post, and our deliveries weren't the best from corners.
Even free kicks, bro. I'm not having it. Even free kicks, bro. You see when it's Vidic and then man and Rio and Pallister and these man will head concrete, bro.
You knew if Vidic and Ferdinand were both up front for a corner or a free kick, you knew that United are getting a header on target minimum.
Yeah, but look at I get what you're both saying, but look at the names you just mentioned, and JV, you touched on it. He's not on their level. He's all not. Right, then, but here's the thing. Man. Go on.
Man are calling him slabhead. Is that? Yeah.
Zuma's been scoring headers. Get out of here, man. Zuma's been scoring headers. He's got how many headers for Chelsea this season?
I love how Amelia just told me to get out of here on my own channel. I love that. Hella comfortable. I love that. Get out of here.
Man is saying, look, I just looked it up now, bro. Man is saying slabhead, this and that. Man scored 3 goals for Leicester, 3 goals, bro. 3 goals.
You know what that is from?
In that season before he come out, he scored 3 goals. I don't even know if they were headers. So, bro, I'll tell you right now, if Lindelof scores three goals this season, I'm not saying, it's forwards tough as ice. Is this? Is that? Is the Iceman? Is no, bro. It's 3 headers. Do you get what I'm saying? But Carman's English, and you know what? Did he not? Oh, he scored one at the World Cup, didn't he? Did he score a header at the World Cup?
He scored at the World Cup. That's where the whole header thing came from. It came from the World Cup.
He might as well have scored 30 in a season because he scored that.
Ooh, that is terrible. Leeds are 1-0 up at West Brom. Oh, you know what it is? It's one of them where the fullbacks passed it back to the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper's miscontrolled it and it's gone in. It's one of them.
Do you know what? Yeah, this point right here is perfect, and I think that's our problem. I think we do need a left-footed centre back. And please, no one, Jesus, Lord, Mary, Joseph, please do not say Rojo. Yeah, no one say Rojo.
Yo, fam, before you get into the left-footed centre back, the reason why I wanted to interrupt you about the slabhead thing scoring 3 goals, because I got sucked into the hype. You get me? I seen him score at the World Cup. Man's got a big head. I put 2 and 2 together and got 67. You get what I'm saying? And that I thought he was the man in the air, but you're telling me he scored 3 goals. So clearly he's not potent. So why would we expect him to come to Manchester United and be potent?
This ain't no like. He used to do it back in the day. In that season before he came, I think he had another 2 the season before that. But I think was it John Terry who every time there's a corner, John Terry used to just mash.
You thinking of Lescott?
One of these man, I must remember a centre back in the day, and he just get his head on it. Like you don't even see him get his head on it. This is what this is why I've never lived up to the hype. He's kind of like Crouch. He reminds me of Crouch in the sense that I always used to look at Peter Crouch so big and go, how's this guy not got 10, 15 headers a season? Do you get what I mean? So you look at them, you look at the stature, and then you probably see him, you look at his stature, he's big, he's tall, he's got a fat head. There's one, when he did that from that corner, man, I'm probably thinking, oh, you've clocked it now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He didn't clock it, bro. It was a lucky thing. It was probably a game against Panama. Was it Panama? You get what I'm saying? When I play in Panama, and come on, bro. Like, wake up, innit? Like, so what if you scored a header right against Panama? You get what I'm saying? Or whoever it was, bro. Like, the teams we played were dead. When it got to big games, you didn't score against Croatia and you didn't score against no Belgium.
It was a Panama or Honduras or something like that.
Bro, don't tell me it was Honduras. I'm going to go make dinner. You get what I'm saying? If that's the case, then you, man, who hyped up this guy are sick in your head. Where do you think those Honduras man play, bro? Where do you think they play week to week? Huh? There ain't no Caribbean league, fam. There ain't no Caribbean Super League, fam. It's not levels, you know what I'm saying? So when these men are scoring against Honduras, man, you probably stop that game and then went and worked in Mackey's the next day. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not. That's not a level, bro. Don't use that as a stick to measure man's ability. You get what I'm saying? Because these men probably went Mackey's the next day and told man, "Oh, Maguire scored on me," and laugh about it on the sig break. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not rating no one. That's why I never rated this guy, bro. Because for me, as a centre back,
they might be talking about the sig break way.
Yeah, Maguire scored on me. He. Them man are laughing on their sig break, bro. It's a story to tell. You got what I'm saying? You're getting a nickname and an 80 million pound move off the back of it. You got what I'm saying? Love it, bro. English press, stop hyping man up and then killing them. This is what the English press does, you know. It hypes man up and then it kills them when it needs to. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, the whole Maguire thing. Maguire can't do wrong for me at United. Do you know why? Because I never expected it from him. I never seen anything to tell me this is going to be when our defensive record went up when he came in. I was actually quite surprised. I thought, you know what that is? That's authority. That's people. That's other people buying into the 80 mil. So it can work both ways. Some man might come up today and not really watch him too much and go, come on up against the 80 mil centre back today. And just that psychological thing, that might stop them from playing too good. Do you get what I'm saying? But then a certain man, you're probably going, oh, coming against the 80 mil centre back today, and then I'll give it a try. And they give him a try in the first 5 minutes and he's fell over and they're like, yeah, I've got him. Do you get what I'm saying? So both ways, isn't it?
I know what you're saying. Mina, what was your thoughts on Maguire before we signed him? Like, what was your expectation?
I didn't think he was a world-class striker, centre-back, sorry. I thought he was an average centre-back who, against a world-class striker, will look like a Sunday League defender. I genuinely thought that. And you see, when he came to United, it took some time for him to kind of settle in. And I think, again, with the pressure of being given the captaincy armband, to me, is still one of the wildest things that I don't understand until today. I've never seen a player in their first few months be given the captaincy armband and have no authority or leadership on the pitch. Like, I haven't seen much leadership from him on the pitch. Maybe he's got the dressing room. I don't know, but if I was playing for United and Maguire tried to give me orders, I would laugh at him and tell him to do whatever he's doing. It's telling him to do whatever he's telling me to do first, because he makes mistakes. He always makes mistakes. It's no secret. And I think someone said it in the comments. Maguire's a good centre back. If you would pair like he could be the Gomez to a Van Dijk. He can't be the Van Dijk to a Gomez.
Yes.
Like I don't think that's going to happen. And I feel like that's what United has kind of expected. And if you guys realize, we're still trying to replace Vidic and Ferdinand.
Yep.
Do you know how long ago that Vidic and Ferdinand era was? Even Evra, even throw in Evra too, because we're still trying to replace him. And with Tellez, I feel like we've maybe hit the jackpot in terms of having a wing back that can go forward. Not sure too much about defensively, but we're still trying to replace, like, look at, say, the Ferguson 08, 09, 2010 squads that we had. I say, except for maybe De Gea and maybe like Pogba, Bruno, I think we're still trying to replace every other position that we've had. We're still trying to replace our back four from that era. We're still trying, like, we haven't had wingers since Ronaldo and Nani. Do you know how long ago that was? We're still struggling with that. We're still struggling with that. We haven't had a front two that can bag goals the way that Rooney, Hernandez, Tevez was bagging goals under Sir Alex Ferguson, and that's where the problem lies. The problem lies in the recruitment, where it's kind of like, the way I see it, football is it's a rolling thing. So, you know, Liverpool, I'll give Liverpool as an example. Liverpool, obviously, they had the Sturridge and they had the Suarez era. Kind of fell off for a few years. Bam, Klopp came in. Mane, Salah, Firmino, etc. Van Dijk. They managed to replace the positions that they were missing for a few years whilst they were in their downfall. It's been nearly 10 years. United still haven't replaced that, and that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. Like, football has changed. Like, I feel like football has changed since 10 years ago. We don't the football defenders are not the same as how it was 10 years ago. The way people play football now, like, I realize now, back then you would set up to defend and you'd also score, you'd capitalize. Everybody was playing attacking football back then. Now everybody is just inshallah FC, like, you're just going on the pitch praying for the best. And I think that's it. And I feel like we're still trying to struggle to kind of get into that. And you can say it's the board's fault. You can say, it's a lack of having a director of football. You can say it's the scouts. But I feel like it comes down to just moving with the times of football. So back to the Maguire topic, I don't think Maguire, I didn't have high expectations for him. He's exceeded the expectations I've had, but I feel like because everybody puts him in this world class, like, he ain't a world class defender. He's a good defender. He's not world class, and everyone keeps putting him in this world class bracket. And I feel like that's where it's kind of messing up, because then people are having like if Flawless, if you're turning around to me today and telling me that Maguire's a world-class defender, I'm expecting a world-class performance on that pitch every day. I'm expecting us not to concede any goals. Van Dijk came in, people are calling him world-class, and he stabilized Liverpool's defense. Yes, so I would expect that from Maguire too, and that's not happened.
Yeah, that's why I think yeah, the expectation of him, I think, is wild in it. And then I think because of that, I think the criticism is over the top of him. I've said this: is he at fault for goals? Yes, but then I see certain performances, and people are blaming for goals that are not his fault. I'm like, Maguire wasn't even. That's not his fault. People always blame him, like always trying. Like even we've touched on the Bruno one. I mean, not the Bruno one. The Leicester, the first goal, he cleared it to Bruno's feet. What more he's supposed to do? Falling over, he cleared it to his feet. But just to this comment that was on there, Fixer says, Flawless, get me on the panel soon, my G. This is for you and anyone else. When we do the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As, we sometimes open up the phone lines and put the StreamYard link out for anyone to jump on. So we did it. How many did we do? We did like 4 in a row. We did Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and then the Sunday. And then on the Christmas Day special and the Boxing Day special, we opened up the lines. So we will do that at some point in the new year. One of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As in January, we open up the lines because usually I have plenty to say, so you'll be able to jump on. Just want to say again, yo, you lot get the likes up on the video. I'm not sure what we're on, but yeah, keep the likes up. As long as you lot here, we keep going. We'll keep going. But yeah, back to Maguire. Anyway, I do believe he isn't being helped.
And you know what? Yeah,
doesn't help. I think you'll get a better him with those things. Go on, JV. Last point on it, and then we're going to touch on the Wolves game.
Again. No, that's you know what it is. Man, we're on Maguire so much. Yeah, he's actually put me onto Lindelof. Check that one out. That's how thick it is, you know. Man, we're on Maguire's back so much. I'm like, you know what? Let me rewatch these things, and then that's why I'm 100% against Lindelof, because a lot of the times I'm watching these things and all I'm seeing is Maguire confronting, and you'll see Lindelof at the back, you know. You know what he does? He gets himself in the pic. You know when the goal's scored, he gets himself in the picture at the back, and he's always the one like moaning and that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why Bruno put it on him that time, you know. He's like, no, that's you.
Yeah, it wasn't him. Yeah. So I think it was a severe game. Yeah, that's your fault.
I put it to you like this. If I can clock that and I'm not there, someone like Bruno will clock that every time that's happening in real life. You know what I'm saying? In real time, you'll be able to say, "Wait, 1 second, but you was there at the start. Why? Because if you notice, watch this, and you'll clock what I'm saying. Now, when we have a goal scored against us, Maguire is central. Yeah. Central. You will always find Lindelof peeling off. He'll be closer to the right back or the left back. He's always like that. Do you get what I mean? He doesn't. You know how I see it? It's kind of like, if I step out on that field with you, I die with you, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So if me and you are centre-backs now, Flawless, I'm dying with you. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not letting you go out like a punk. What I honestly see is, a lot of the time, Lindelof, he's happy for someone else. No, it's not me. Do you know what I'm saying? That's his attitude. It's not me. But sooner or later, what he doesn't realise is, you're a part of that defence. If I look back on these matches now, if I look back on these matches and see how many goals were conceded in this period, and you was in that defense, you're a part of the problem then. He's not getting, you know what I'm saying? That only works if you're sat on the bench, bro, or if you're at home injured. If you're there, you're a part of it. And one thing Lindelof doesn't seem to realise, every time we have a really bad loss or a really bad defensive performance, he's at the heart of it. He's there. If you look at all of our really bad games, Lindelof is there. And people will say,
minus the Spurs one. That's the only one I think he didn't play.
That Spurs one for me, that was just like the whole team.
The whole team was trash,
everything was capitulated, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm seeing it for me. With the whole Maguire thing. The whole Maguire thing actually put me on to how much of a fraud Lindelof was. So you know what it is with Lindelof? He gets away with the fact that he knows how can I put it?
He didn't cost 80 million. That's what it is. So the spotlight's not on him.
As well. But the spotlight's not on him, but he also knows how to
good cross.
Get involved at certain points to make it look like he's doing something. But there's not much that he actually does. Don't get me wrong, you get them passes every now and again. That's if he wants to be involved. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them for me.
All right, so switch. Obviously, we got this Wolves game coming up tonight, which is a tough game. And Mino, I've not heard your thoughts on this. So, what was your thinking? How do I put this now? If we win tonight, does it make United legitimate title contenders? Do you see us as legitimate title contenders, or are we just like? Do you feel like me? We're just in the race. We ain't gonna win it.
Yeah, I can't say we're title contenders until I see consistency. And I think the biggest test for us soon will be the Liverpool game. I think if we can get some consistency between now, I think we've got Liverpool in 2 weeks or maybe a week and a half, if I'm wrong. But if we can get some consistency in between those 2 weeks, and play Liverpool and give them a good game, I think we could say that we are somewhat in the race, because the race is pretty much full open right now. It's been a long time since it's been around December, and there's been multiple teams that you could say could win the league based on numbers, based on points at the end of the season. So I think the most important thing is finding consistency at home. We've got a span of games between now and I think February before the Europa League starts again. For example, for the Europa League, I don't want us to really try.
You don't want us to go for it?
I don't want us to go for it. I think it would be the best opportunity to kind of give other players a chance to play. I don't think Ollie wants to win a trophy, so I think he will go for it. But I think that if the Premier League is still 1, 2, 3 points within our reach, I think all our attention should be on the Premier League. It shouldn't be on a second-class trophy like the Europa League. I think we should focus on domestic titles. I think the FA Cup, we should focus on proving ourselves, and Ollie proving himself in the UK, in England, first and foremost, in the Premier League. And so between now and when the Europa League starts, we've got a bunch of Premier League games and the FA Cup commencing soon. So it would be the best time to kind of find our form now. Because, we can have a good start in 11, but we also have good enough players to play in the FA Cup third round, in the FA Cup fourth round. We have good enough players that we can bench our stars, we can bench our Rashford, and we can bench our Fernandes and Pogba and De Gea, etc., and have people like Van der Beek, give people like Martial a chance, Greenwood a chance, even Igalo a chance. So United, if they find consistency between this Wolves game, which will be a challenge because we played on Saturday, we're playing again, and then we're going to play again on the weekend. So, fatigue might be an issue, injury might be an issue. If we can bag a few goals and keep a clean sheet, which is wishful thinking, I think it can help us find our consistency at home for our next 4 games.
That makes sense. I understand what you're saying there. So you're waiting to see consistency to then believe we are legitimate title contenders. Because I don't think we're legitimately title contenders. I just believe we're in the race because we have players who can produce magic and moments of individual brilliance. And because the league is so bad and nobody's consistent, tells you all you need to know. Even with Liverpool dropping points at home to West Brom, it's like, even with the Big Sam effect, you would still expect Liverpool to win that game. So,
and that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Liverpool versus United, I feel like if we've racked up enough consistency and I guess hype within our team, I think we can go out and give Liverpool a good run for their money.
Yeah, hey, let's hope so. I love nothing more than a victory at Anfield. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, same. So I feel like that will help us decide whether we're legitimate contenders or we're just in the race. And I also feel like rival fans are saying that United are title contenders just so that if we don't win it, they can laugh at us. It's not United fans saying that they're title contenders. It's rival fans that are saying that United are title contenders.
Yeah, there's very few. There's very few Manchester United fans who legitimately believe we are title contenders. So that's why if we do win it, say Manchester United somehow miraculously win this league title, one's backing him. Nobody's backing him right now.
You know what's funny? I genuinely think if United win the title, and call me mental, but I think if United win the Premier League, it would be more shocking than when Leicester won it.
Woo! Ooh, I like that.
Now, I'm with
JV, you're on mute. Run it. Go on. Run with it, JV. I'm with this. Go on. Let's go. Elaborate.
Now, if we win the league, just done the Prem off. Scrap it, fam. Are you man? Dead. If we win the league, you Chelsea fans.
Chelsea spending $250 million.
Yeah. What I'm saying. Listen, Arsenal, dead. All of you, man, don't chat to United ever again.
I swear, Poch spent like 600 million on defenders. He spent he spent as much as the British government on defense.
Use his pet.
Pep has spent
Man,
more in defence than the British government have spent on their Ministry of
Man,
Defence.
the idiot, he could have just bought, if you really wanted the Champions League that much, for 600 mil, you could have just bought
Buy
some
Messi.
tanks and go rob it. Nah, just get some tanks, get a real army, and just go teeth the thing and present it to yourself. You could have done that for that piece.
It would have been cheaper as well.
Cheaper, bro. You get what I'm saying? Get me? Man could have just went on a war thing. Where's the Champions League, man?
And the thing is, people are going to go on and talk about how much United have spent since Alex Ferguson has left to now. But a big chance, come on, bar Pogba, Maguire, which is probably our biggest, like, two bulky signings that we've spent, because we spent more than probably 500 million. A lot of our other old signings have left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lukaku, Mkhitaryan, Di Maria, literally all gone. Herrera, people that we bought for 30 plus million. Schneiderlin, literally, they're all gone. So people are going to turn around and be like, United brought X amount of players. They spent X amount of money, but how much of those millions have we spent are still in the squad? That's why I look at teams like Chelsea who are spending 250 in one window and can't beat a team in the bottom half of the table.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And people are going to turn around and say that, you know what, Ollie's got his flaws. I always say that. But there's no way you should be comparing Ollie to Lampard, because Lampard came to Old Trafford and just parked the bus against us. That's how much of a threat Ollie was to him.
The whole scrapyard, man. Titanic, everything. It's the whole depot. This guy parked. That was a muzzle. You know what I mean? That was a muzzle what he did. Spent all that money on attack and then came and did that.
Dead grub, man. Yo, this is what I'm trying. This is why I got no time for these other teams and that. You want to tell us how dead we are, how dead Ollie is. You come to our gaff, bro. It's like you come to fight, man. Yeah, and you come to fight, man, and all fight, you just, what? You know what I'm saying? Man, I just got
listen, rival fans are them players. Rival fans are them people that fight in a fight and they're running away and they're like, what? Someone, hold me back. What? But they ain't doing nothing. They're not doing nothing.
Man, come to our ground and do that for 90 minutes, innit? And then I have to be like, oh, you man are dirty. You man are dirty.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like, tried not to get beat up for 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there you go.
Literally, that's what it is. And I keep hearing this as well. Glazers out put this in there. Ask Brian Arsenal what United still 0-0. The board are apparently we're still after Sancho. Obviously, his form hasn't been good while he's been at Dortmund, but I think that's due to him being unsettled because I think he wanted to move. Mina, what are your thoughts on it? Do you still want Sancho? Does his current form worry you? Would you still try and go and get him in the summer, or would you move on to somebody else?
I would still go for him because Sancho is He's a generational signing. So we buy him now, he's going to be at the club for a good number of years. I don't think he's not going to be there for 2 years and then go. But for me, my worry is that we're buying a right winger with a right back who cannot attack.
Don't you think Wan-Bissaka that helps Wan-Bissaka though? Because Sancho would take so much attention away from him.
It takes. I feel like it takes attention from him and it takes the weight off him. But you look at teams who have wingers that can obviously go forward and have wing backs with them who can also overlap, and you see it gives you two options on the right hand side. But when United is a team where, in my opinion, I feel like we play through the middle. We play through through the middle because we can't play through the sides. And I think Sancho is a good signing. He'd be a nice signing for us to get, but he's not the most important signing that we need right now. We need a DM and a centre back, in my eyes. Yeah. But if we can get Sancho, and this is what pisses me off about United, because we had the problem with Bruno. We had the problem with signing Bruno is that we could have got the deal done in the summer. But United wanted to huff and puff around money, and then they're just going to turn around in January and pay the 120 million that Borussia Dortmund were asking for all this time. So it's like, what did you achieve from this? There's been no achievement from it. So Sancho would be nice to have, but I don't think he's the most important thing that we need.
Okay. Yo, JV, same to you. What's your thoughts on Sancho, his current form? Do you still want him? Would you move on and try and go sign somebody else? Would you identify another target?
For me, there's no point in buying him. No point. Don't need you now. That's how I'm going. You know, like when you fancied the gal and that, and then she went really on you, and then now she's on you. Like, yeah, I don't need you now. I'm sorted, innit? That's how I see it. We got Greenwood is a better Greenwood than he was then when we were looking you. So I don't think we need you now. No. The other day, Dan James got a pre-assist. We don't need you no more, bro.
I said a pre-assist, you know. Yo,
Dan James got a pre-assist, bro. Actually, just on Dan James, I'm so happy with Dan James these past 2 games, and I'm being deadly serious. He's actually looks like
you're a massive critic of him. Anytime I try and defend him, it's like It's like what Mina said to me when I was trying to defend Maguire and that, when she was like, what did she say to me? What was it? Leave it out, mate, or something along them lines or something. I can't remember the bar, something like that, innit? Come on, mate, or some ish. So yeah, yeah, that was it. Get out of there. That was it. Yeah. That's the one. I'm gonna tweet that after the show. But yeah, I'm very surprised to hear you. What's it called? Big up Dan James, because I know you're one of his biggest critics, and that you're one of his biggest critics. So to hear you say that is a shock.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, like Mina said, he's an extremely talented player. I think he improves our team. We do need a right winger. Obviously, it depends on what formation you're playing. But the thing is with Ollie, because we don't have a set formation, it's hard to try and identify targets. That being said, I still think you go and get him. I still think you go and get Jadon Sancho without question. Yeah, go on, fam.
You've just made a very good point on why I don't think we're not getting him. Not at all. Them saying we want him makes no sense. Makes no sense because we're playing diamonds now. We're playing 3-5-2s and that. You don't fit in there. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you know what, all right, then I'll put it to you like this. Here's the bad thing. This is where it could go bad for us. We get him, he sticks with 4-2-3-1. He's now got a reason to stick with that 4-2-3-1. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
all right, say he gets Sancho and a DM, then he could switch it up.
No, yo, bro, Christmas is gone. Dreams, time for dreaming is finished, fam. Like Christmas is back that way, bro.
This guy he's got dreams like he's Martin Luther King. It's not gonna happen.
Bro, this guy said defensive mid and Sancho. Do you know what? All right, I'll put it like this, flawless.
Yo, if I had the choice,
I'd get a Sancho. I'd get a Sancho tier DM if I had the choice. If you're telling me, because Sancho's top of the top wingers, if you're telling me I can get a DM of that ilk, of that level of player, I'd rather go for the DM of that level than the winger of that level. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I think getting the DM of that level brings everything out of the team. Yeah, I think that sorts us out. If we get Sancho tomorrow, this is the maddest. This is where I'll just blow it away. We get Sancho tomorrow, bro. Get Sancho tomorrow. First match, he probably scores and go, oh, we're all going sick. Maguire falls over, slips, someone taps it in. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather get Kendall, I have a dream.
Martin Luther King's not the only brother without a dream in it. I can dream in it. Let me dream in that. You know what I'm saying? Let me dream.
I'd rather get the DM, bro, because this right winger right now, I don't think it's needed. I think how we're playing up front, I've realized what he's done. It's a bit more fluid. I've seen even Martial pulling over to the right sometimes. Sometimes it's Rashford there. It's Bruno's pulling over there. Bruno might be on the left. They're doing it so fluid now that it doesn't actually matter where you are. You don't really have a starting position, if that makes sense. It's just fluid. Just cover areas. This is what I said we should have been doing from the longest. It seems he's building something in the front area where they can all rotate. We operate in this area basically. You know what I'm saying?
Leeds 3-0 up at West Brom.
And that's the team that drew with Liverpool.
Yeah. Leeds 3-0 up at West Brom and that.
That's why the league's mad, bro. Yeah, you know what? Don't lie though. It'll probably be 3-3. This Bielsa guy is just gonna keep trying attacking and that. This guy will keep trying. If the match lasted for another 24 hours, it's still trying to attack, bro. You won't shut up shop at one point, so you never know.
Yeah, you know what it's like. You never know. But all right, before we close out the show, please make sure you hit the like button. Whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back, hit the like button on the video. You get me? Because like I said, we provide so much. We are top quality barbers over here. Lineup after lineup on a daily basis that are top notch. Look at the lineups we give you. You get me? We bringing you people on Sky Sports adverts and award-winning podcasts. You get what I'm saying? Out here. Like we out here, you know what I'm saying? Kings and queens. So yeah, before we do, for Brian almost scored. Before we close out the show, me to give us your predictions on the Wolves game. Good save. Get in.
I'm gonna go 3-1 United. If we start with Cavani and Martial. There's always terms and conditions to my prediction. So if we start with Martial and Cavani, I'm gonna say 3-1. If we don't, I say we might draw. We might draw 1-1. That's the thing. I never doubt that we'll concede, and I'll never doubt that we'll score. It's just the number that we concede and the number that we score.
Okay, give us your predicted lineup then. Not the predicted lineup, the lineup you want to see.
The lineup I'd like to see.
T's and C's. Yeah, that comes with your T's and C's.
The lineup I would like to see, I would probably go. I'll go 4-3-3. I'd go 4-3-3. I'd go back four, Bailly, Maguire, Axel. I'd go. I'd start with Tellers over Luke Shaw. I'd go three in the middle with Pogba, Bruno, and Matic. Yeah, Matic, Cavani, Rashford, Martial up top. But you know that's not going to happen. You know McTominay's going to play. You know Fred's going to play. You know probably Dan James might play. You know Luke Shaw's going to play. So, but that's my starting 11 that I think would be best. Van de Beek on the bench, I think would be good. Mason Greenwood on the bench, I think would be good. Even Dan James, I think would be good coming off the bench. It would give us that option to switch to a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1 at a later stage in the game.
Okay, fair enough. Yo, same question to you, JV. Prediction and the lineup you would like to see. Is he on mute? Yo, have I frozen?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Score.
Yeah. Prediction and lineup you would like to see. So your preferred 11 for this game and your prediction, score prediction.
My preferred 11 would be why I'm not really too sure in the goalkeeper. Henderson just looks like a mistake version of De Gea. But yeah, that's another thing. I'd say De Gea, Fosu-Mensah right back for me. I think tonight is going to need I think he's not too dissimilar from Wan-Bissaka, so that's another one actually. Like, why have you bought him? You've already got this guy who's pretty similar, but he was injured at the time, so I'll buy that one. But I'll go Fosu-Mensah right back. Then I would go what do you call it? Fosu-Mensah right back, Maguire, Bailly, Tellers left. Shaw left back. What am I saying? I'm going to say Pogba, Fred. But I don't want to see Pogba so deep. I'm going to say Pogba, Fred, but I want to see Fred more sitting. Because if these past few games when Pogba has been a bit more influential, I feel like he's probably gone against instructions and it's probably worked because he scored or assisted. Bruno in the 10, offs. Rashford from the left. You know what I see? I want to see Rashford left, Cavani central. I want to see Martial on the right.
Okay. All right, yeah, because, as Ryan just said, 4-0 leads.
What is going on? These men are going to be scoring 10 by the end of the game.
Yeah, 4-0 leads and that.
Yeah,
it's
Liverpool
not even half time.
Be ashamed.
That's what Ryan was saying. So yeah, who was your front three again, JV?
Martial left, Cavani central. Rashford left. Rashford left, Cavani central.
He muted himself.
I know. Martial right.
So same front three as me.
Yeah.
I'd like to see scoreline. I'll go 2-1 Manchester United. I'd like to see the back three because I'm always an advocate for this. Anyone who watches me on any of these platforms know that's my preferred formation with this team. So I would play. Would I go De Gea in goal? Yeah, I'd go De Gea in goal. I'd go Bailly, Maguire, Axel, Wan-Bissaka right wing back, Tellers left wing back, midfield three of Fred, Pogba, Donny. I know that he had the shoulder. Can bring him off the bench. I know he had the shoulder injury and all that type of thing, so he might not be fit. So yeah, and if Wan-Bissaka's not fit, I'd go probably play Williams there. Because like I said, you mentioned it before, JV, Nuno is a very pragmatic manager, so it's not like they're going to put us under the cosh. Like, we just need to dominate the ball. What we need to do, they played 2 days ago, so they're going to ring the changes, are all going to be tired. They literally played 2 days ago. Or whatever it was. So that's a key factor. Because if that's us playing 2 days ago, we're talking about tiredness and fatigue and all these type of things.
Yeah, it's definitely 2 days ago.
Yeah, they played on Sunday.
Yeah. I say this all the time about teams, go there and we have a better team than Wolves. Go there and dominate the game. Be aggressive, play on the front foot. We'll create chances, score goals, and win the game. That's my fault.
Do you know what it is as well? One thing with Wolves, I will say, without Jota and Jimenez up front, even though these Podence and Neto are getting a lot of praises, these two who have gone are a lot more potent like Jimenez is a proper centre forward. I'd be more worried about Maguire versus Jimenez than Maguire versus any one of these two tonight. Do you get what I mean? So I think them not having a proper centre forward could play into our hands because they have got that kid Silva, but he's only like 18, 19, so I can't see them playing him up front. So yeah, I think it's pretty much set up for us to win with the obviously them playing sooner than us and team selection issues and all of that. I think it's set out for us, but yeah, it's one of them.
You have a small squad, but all right, Mina, thank you for joining us first and foremost. It's been a great show.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm gonna be back. What are you talking about? You're saying bye like I ain't coming back on this show. I'm gonna be back. I don't need a call up no more. I'm part of the starting lineup.
Yeah, man, anytime.
I'll definitely be back, man. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
She will be back. It's been great having you on. Now you're going to be a regular. I'm going to be contacting you regular to be over here.
I'm ready.
What I was going to say is you're the first female we've had on ManDem United. So what I'm saying? So you're here breaking records.
I'm out here. I'm proud, man. I'm honored. I'm honored to be the first
award to add to you, man.
I'm going to add that to my Twitter bio right now.
You should add that to your Twitter.
First female to feature on ManDem.
City TV, accolade after accolade. Let them know where they can find you, don't mean.
You can follow me on Twitter at @MinnaShoots. If you just want to see me complaining about United, to be honest, that's all I do there. You can see me on the Gold Diggers podcast on YouTube every Sunday. Just type in Gold Diggers, not Gold Diggers, Gold Diggers UK on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all socials. We stream every Sunday after Premier League, and we do midweek streams. When there's midweek games, so you can see me there.
Okay, make sure you subscribe to it. And what I'm going to do is as well in the YouTube title, I'm going to tag in, you can tag in the YouTube channel. So I'm going to tag in the Gold Digger. So all you have to do is click on it. Literally, that's all you have to do is click on it, go subscribe, go find Mina, the rest of the queens over there. They all like Mina, very knowledgeable. That's why they out here winning awards and getting accolade after accolade. Make sure JV, let them know where they can find you before we leave.
Here. No. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is right. You can find me on Sarcasm City, ManDem United. You know what I'm saying? Got everything in my links there. Hit me up on my Insta at j.v.89. Sarcasm_city on Insta as well. From a Third Eye View on the Insta. And I think on Twitter, I'm JV89_ or something like that. Just look me up.
So there you go. You know where to find us all. And like I say, the ManDem United podcast, we will be back for the last show of the year, the last ManDem United show of the year on Thursday at 5 p.m. And then we're going to continue, obviously, throughout next year. You get this show every Tuesday, every Thursday, 5 p.m. Myself and JV. You're going to be seeing me. You're going to be seeing Mina a lot on the channel as well, as she stated. We're going to be bringing her in for a lot of the shows, definitely. Yeah, that's everything. Oh yeah, and we're back tonight as well. We are doing a Manchester United versus Wolves watch along. So yes, we are back tonight. That show will start 7:30. So yeah, make sure you get locked in, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and then you'll be able to find it. But yeah, man, salute to everybody who was locked in. We appreciate it. This has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.